Good evening, children. In this class, we are going to see only one problem with few concepts. And before that, I hope that you would have completed problem number 47, 48, 49 as a homework. Homework means you should write everything in a same notebook with the number that I'm giving you. Now we are going to see problem number 50. Listen carefully. This is an important problem. Try to understand this. If z is equal to x plus y, x plus iy is a complex number such that one condition is given, that is imaginary part of this equal to 0, then show that the locus of z is this equation. You know very well what is meant by locus. Locus is nothing but what? It is nothing but path traced by a moving point. Locus meaning is path traced by a moving point. Z is a complex number. One condition is given to us, that is imaginary part of this value is equal to 0. It is what given to us. Then we should show that with this condition the locus is this. Locus means the path traced is this. So what I have to do, similar kind of problem, similar means slightly similar kind of problem we did. In that, what we do, first we will take the term which is present inside this bracket. Here also we are going to do the same thing. Start from this term. Consider 2z plus 1 by iz plus 1. This is equal to, I'm going to say quickly, you're going to try and understand this. Z means x plus iy plus 1. I into, again in the place of z I'm going to write x plus iy, then this plus 1 I'm writing here, right? Then splitting real and imaginary parts. Splitting real and imaginary part. How I am going to split this? I'm going to take this 2 inside. What will happen here? This becomes 2x, which is nothing but real part, and this plus 1 is real part, so 2x plus 1 is written in one bracket. If I take this 2 to iy, that is, if I take this 2, suppose I am taking this 2 to x, it comes in real part, right? 2x. If I take this 2 to iy, what it will become 2iy, which is nothing but imaginary part, 2iy. Children, can you understand that? So what I'm doing is splitting real and imaginary part. In the same way, if I bring this I to x, it becomes ix. If I take I to iy, what happens? I square y. I square y means minus y. Why? This y is nothing but why. Why? Because I into I square means minus 1, so that it becomes minus y. Again I repeat, I into x is ix, I into iy, I square y, which is nothing but minus y, and then plus 1. Why I am putting minus sign? Because we know that I square is equal to minus 1. Okay, now we splitted real and imaginary part in the numerator. Now I am going to split real and imaginary part in the denominator in the next step. So numerator is written here. In the denominator, see, these two are real part because they doesn't have I. Only this is imaginary part. So I am writing this as 1 minus y is real part plus ix is imaginary part. In the next step, taking conjugate. Taking conjugate in the sense I am writing this entire thing here into, what is, see the denominator, if plus comes you change the symbol to minus. This is called taking conjugate. Again we know very well a plus ib, a minus ib, the formula is a square plus b square. If you see the denominator, a plus ib, a minus ib is present. So what is the formula? A square plus b square. What is a? 1 minus y. B is x. So a square plus b square. For denominator I am telling. For numerator I have written the same thing. This one is written inside this bracket and this one is written in another bracket. Numerator is just multiplied, but I have not multiplied, just I am writing as it is. For denominator, applying the formula and writing a plus ib into a minus ib is a square plus b square. And once again I am telling, this is an important sum. Try to understand now itself. Okay, now I'm going to go for the condition given in the question. In the question it is given that imaginary part should be equal to 0. I'm going to write that condition given imaginary part equal to 0. Okay, now I'm going to just multiply these two. I'm just thinking like this: how to multiply? In this square bracket we have two terms. In this square bracket we have two terms, so totally we are going to have four terms, out of which only I need which part I need imaginary part, right? Again I repeat, two terms present here, two terms present here. So when I multiply term by term, I'm going to get four term, but I doesn't need all the terms. Only what I want is imaginary part. So first I'm trying to do like this: if I take 2x plus 1 to 1 minus y, there is no I in both the brackets, therefore it will come in real part. Can you understand this? When I take this 2x plus 1 to 1 minus y, there is no I term in both the brackets, so it will definitely come as a real part. So I don't want that, because I want only imaginary part. Similarly, suppose if I am taking that 2x plus 1 to this minus ix, 2x plus 1 to this minus ix, since I is present in one of the bracket, definitely this will come as a imaginary part. So I am taking that with minus sign, 2x plus 1 into x. This is imaginary part. Then if I take this I to y to 1 minus y, since in these two terms this has I, definitely this will come as imaginary unit. So leaving I, the balance is 2y into 1 minus y. So plus 2y into 1 minus y I am writing here. So this is the important step. This is the important step. From this I am writing this. If you don't understand, see this. Only the part that we want is imaginary part. We don't want real part. So what we do is, while multiplying, we are not multiplying everything. Just we are seeing first bracket to first bracket, real part I don't want. First bracket to first term to fourth term, imaginary part. So leave I. What is the remaining? Minus x into 2x plus 1. So minus x into 2x plus 1 I am writing. Second term to third term, 1 I present, so imaginary part, leave I, balance is 2y into 1 minus y, that I am writing here. If I take second term to fourth term, what happens? Both has I into I, becomes I square, so it becomes minus 1, so it will come in the real part. So children, what I want to tell is, if we multiply these two, we will have four terms, out of which these two is imaginary part. The remaining two is real part that we don't want. So denominator I am writing as it is. Since imaginary part equal to 0, I am writing this equal to 0. You should be able to know that from how to write this from this. That is what important. I hope that you will understand, for which I am going to tell you again. First term to first term, real part, so I am not going to write that. First term to fourth term, first term to third term, real part I am not writing. First term to fourth term, imaginary part, leave I, see the remaining, minus x, 2x plus 1, minus x, 2x plus 1. Second term to third term, imaginary part we want, so leave I, 2y into 1 minus y. Second term to fourth term, I square will come, I into I square, which means minus 1, so it will come in the real part. Why it is real part? Because minus 1, 2xy, so plus 2xy will be having. So we don't have any I term, because I into I becomes I square will come, minus 1 it will change to. So this will come in the second term to third term will come in the imaginary part. Second term to fourth term will not come, because it becomes real part. Only two terms will come in the imaginary part. Denominator I am writing as it is. Since imaginary part answer is 0, I am putting 0 here. So when we cross multiply this, what happens? This will go and multiply with 0, so entirely it becomes 0. Meanwhile here I am taking this x inside. What happens? X into 2x, 2x square, with this minus sign, minus 2x square. X into 1 plus x, with this minus sign, minus x. 2y to inside this bracket, plus 2y minus 2y square equal to 0. Y here 0, cross multiplying, so that we are getting 0. So now I am going to change the symbol for all the terms. Minus 2x square becomes plus 2x square, minus 2y square becomes plus 2y square, minus x becomes plus x, plus 2y becomes minus 2y, equal to 0. If you see this, that is what they are asked to prove us. Prove that the locus of z is this value, 2x square plus 2y square plus x minus 2y equal to 0. That is what I am proving here. 2x square plus 2y square plus x minus 2y equal to 0 is the locus, hence proved. I think you will understand this. We will stop here. Since this is an important sum, you just have a practice in your rough notebook. Write 2 or 3 times. First try to understand. First see the problem properly. If you have any doubt, you just text to me. Otherwise you practice in your rough notebook. Don't forget to write this in your classwork after completing problem number 47, 48 and 49. Right? Thank you, children.